Hey everyone, welcome to Fortunes in Reselling. I am Hot Chic Thrift, and we have the rest of the panel here tonight. I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute. Tonight we are going to be talking about our biggest obstacles in reselling and how to overcome them. I will let Shane take it from here.
Awesome. So I'm Shane, the Rising Ground Picker, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good show. Going to be a lot of info. And
tonight we are going to be talking about our biggest obstacles.
Sorry, newbie mistake. No, I'm joking. But no, I would have done the same thing.
We're good.
Okay, I actually done the same thing, but I muted mine. So, anyways, I'm Shane, the Rising Ground Picker, and I feel like it's gonna be a great show. And it's on Lauren's channel, and she's hosting tonight, which is totally awesome. And we got our guest, our VIP guest, Derek here. He's not really a guest; he's more like a VIP. And so that's me. And who wants to go next?
I'll go next. That's fine. You know, all know me. I'm Derek, NASCAR Man 3345. And yep, here to talk about struggles, especially being disabled, trying to get around and do some reselling. So that's me. Here we go.
All right, I'll go. My name's Jason, thrift trader. I specialize really in selling on eBay. I've recently started selling on Amazon, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace as well. I have a Facebook group, Resellers Anonymous. You can also find me on Instagram, thrift_trader. Lately, I've been doing a lot of storage unit auctions, and that's been a lot of fun. Of course, you know, since I'm so new to it, I'm also dealing with a lot of challenges with that as well. And I'll talk about that a little bit during this show. So, Wade, come on now. Come on.
I was just, when you said challenges, I was thinking, man, I don't know if he has any more room back there for stuff. I did contact the airport, and they have more of those bins for you if you need it, Jason. My name is Wade. I'm with Wade's Ventures, and it's been one hell of a ride for me for social media and reselling the last year. And so I've got a YouTube channel, Poshmark, eBay, a little bit of Amazon, and some local sales recently. So thanks for stopping in tonight. Great topic. And I really appreciate being on this YouTube channel because I love her. She's got the most amazing dogs. You should have saw them before the show. So anyways, I'll pass it over.
Thanks. They're being really annoying right now. You guys can probably hear them making noise. What? My dog's barking at me right now. She wants to be included. Here.
Get her up here. Let her say hi to everyone.
Get rid of her. We're going to talk about struggles, overcoming obstacles, and I will start with my biggest obstacle, which is time. Those of you that know me well know I do have a full-time job, and then I do my eBay and Poshmark on the side, and I consider that full-time as well because I dedicate so much time to it. Just organization and time are the biggest struggles I have, and I'm constantly working on them. I don't know if anyone in the chat has the same problems as me. I'd love to hear so we can discuss more. But everybody else on the panel, what are your biggest obstacles with your reselling business right now?
I would say probably my biggest obstacle is trying to balance Amazon and eBay. And today's the first day I fired up my camera to take some pictures for eBay and looked down at my last picture I took, and it said December 24th. I'm like, okay, I need to list. So I still have a little bit under 300 active items, but I sell like every day or every other day. I sold a $69 shirt today. But I need to try to ramp eBay back up while scaling Amazon up, and that is super hard, especially when you're averaging $300 to $400 a day on Amazon. It's at the low end, it's pretty difficult to have yourself list on eBay. So, but I'm doing it.
Absolutely. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. So now that I'm buying storage units, you're gonna acquire a lot of stuff very quickly, and you gotta be able to sort that stuff quickly, organize the stuff that you plan to keep, and really start listing. But my biggest struggle and challenge right now is the sorting and organizing part. You know, like once you get all this stuff in one place, like where do you even begin? You know, and when you do sort it, I mean, where are you going to put like the garage sale stuff, and where are you going to put, you know, the stuff that you plan on doing research and listing, you know? So that's my biggest challenge, is really doing that and doing it very efficiently. So, I mean, efficiency, I guess, is really my biggest challenge right now. Another challenge that I'm having is like the research, because before buying storage units, the majority of the stuff that I dealt with was clothing, shoes, and accessories. Now I'm buying things pretty much just that span anything that's an article that you can pick up, and I don't know much about it. So the research is taking a lot of time too. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm lucky enough to pick up things that I know well enough where I don't have to do that much research, but I do want to continue to learn and pick up newer things that are new to me anyway.
No, absolutely. I think that's, you know, one of the goals everybody should focus on is picking up new things, right? And also, like, you know, I know Lauren, like, she picks up a lot of high-end clothing, so it's going to take her less sales, and me, you know, or someone else that sells lower end stuff, and just kind of everywhere, it's going to take more sales to accrue that amount of sales.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of struggles, actually. You know, and I think that part of the issues with my operation now is I'm kind of like, you know, I'm a little bit into liquidation now, and then I've got storage units, and I think at this juncture for me, it is definitely time. And I think that I was reading a book, and like some of the more, you know, some CEOs that are doing really well and stuff like that typically like span 6 hours of just nonstop, you know, productive work within those 6 hours. And I think a lot of times I fill my day with fluff that I could remove and spend more productive time actually doing what's making me money. But one way to do that is to hire help. I think I'm at that juncture, or pretty close to it, to where I'm going to, you know, try to maybe hire somebody part-time and then into maybe a full-time position to kind of help me do a lot of this stuff. Because, you know, I got to admit, like, I'm doing storage units too, Jason. And, you know, storage units are a 3 or 4 day process, because you buy the unit, you go through the unit, you clean the unit, you sort the unit, you know, and then on top of that, I've got you can't get me out of Goodwill, right? And that's an addiction. I wish there was like a Facebook group called Resellers Anonymous. I would definitely join that, right? So there's definitely, there's definitely a lack of like, and I want to know in the chat, guys. You know, I like to include you guys, and I'm really curious. Does any of you guys have the same problem where you wake up and you're like, is today Tuesday or Friday? Like, I have that same problem sometimes. You know, you just kind of forget what day it is. Sometimes you forget your birthday. Like, are you 34 or 33? You know, time just flies, right? And so that's, you know, long-winded situation. I need to get more. You know, I need to hire some help to get more time back.
Do a lot of complexes. Try and draw it out.
Yeah, well, with mine, like I said, I've been learning how to do a lot of eBay. I do a lot of Facebook Marketplace. Starting to do a little Poshmark because I'm getting a lot of clothes now. And now with my kids working with an auctioneer, I'm getting stuff getting sent into the house every day that they've been picking up, and so now I have to learn more. And with my disability, having the accessibility of using the computer is giving me the struggles that I'm having now. So, but other than that, I think making it positive, and having that liquidator now that's really giving me the product that I can use will help me grow.
I want to, Roaming Picker said, face it, we're hoarders that resell the cover of trucks. Here's the thing that I didn't necessarily understood before I kind of went, you know, full in on this, is we're not just hoarders, we're movers. Like, you think about this, like, we move crap from one area to that same stuff to another area, and then eventually we sell it. Like, we are glorified movers. You know, if I put a moving truck out there, and to put Wade's Ventures on it, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm moving crap around day in, day out. You're moving stuff. That's what we are. We're movers. And that takes time.
That's no joke, Wade. I feel, since starting to buy storage units, I mean, moving a 10 by 20 storage unit is no joke, and doing it, 3 or 4 times a month is no joke.
Yes. I took out life insurance because I just posted my storage unit video a couple hours ago, and I got like cut on the side, guys. So now I'm like, whoo, man, got big old paper cut.
Hopefully you got your tetanus shots.
Yeah. No, but
Vaseline will help with that too.
Yes. Yes. And then Ashley, here's the thing. So Ashley was like, you big baby, right? And then all of a sudden we're hauling stuff down, and she hits her shin really bad, and she goes, oh. And I go, well, how, on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad did that hurt? I got it on film, by the way. And she said 8, and then she ran around the truck. Baby. No, I'm joking. Seriously, though, there's going to be obstacles in your business, whatever it may be. Shane brought up a good point. This man works a full-time job, which is a high-pressure job. And then on top of that, this man does Amazon like nobody's business. And, I was chuckling when he said that his last photo was back in December, because it's actually kind of a compliment, because he just started crushing on Amazon, and he's getting back more into listing on eBay. But that shows that he was successful at a platform for a very long time, and now he's going to try to do eBay on the side as well. So I don't know how he does it, and he's got kids. And did he shave his beard too? What happened there?
Yeah,
face
it up a little bit.
A little baby face. You need to put a little baby oil on that baby face.
I should, I mean.
Time flies. Time flies. So I'm wondering, how old are you, Shane? Do you remember?
You look 10 years younger. I turned 32 this year, but I was 40. I actually went back in time, like Back to the Future.
Yes.
And, so, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. But, that's the thing is I think that's like the thing that people don't realize is Amazon is so high volume. Like your goal is not to go on there. Like eBay, you have like, most items are really high ROI. You buy them from a yard sale, or, Jason's over there listing crazy books, on eBay and selling them for crazy money, and you got to think though, Amazon is like a super big kind of a volume platform. Like I pretty much average about 500 or more orders a month on Amazon. So you have to send a lot of stuff in to get to that, and it just takes up all your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same thing with eBay and Poshmark.
Yeah.
If you want the sales, you got to put the time in. That's why my biggest obstacle is time, for sure.
I can only imagine how much time Poshmark would take, all the sharing and all the, I'm like, man.
Sometimes, okay, so I sell on Poshmark, and yes, Poshmark, if you're doing it by yourself, it takes a ton of time, okay? But that's why, like, I kind of contracted out all the sharing part of Poshmark, because that's how you generate sales. That's how you stay on top of the search rankings and stuff. That's how you keep your items visible to potential buyers. And so I just had to contract that out because it was just far too much time to do it on my own. So
if you have issues with overcoming any obstacles, whether it's reselling or your personal life, what's worked best for me is kind of aligning myself with somebody that's doing something similar to me and asking them how did they overcome it. Because people can give you advice, but it's a whole nother aspect, like having a conversation about it with somebody that you kind of respect. So it's definitely interesting to me. Like, I think one of my problems too is I have so many interests. I have so many interests. I'm not just a thrifter. Like, I go thrifting, I do storage units. I want to get into liquidation. Hell, I want to go to auctions for airport auctions for luggage. I mean, the list goes on, right? And I think that I just cut myself way too thin. And so, at the end of the day, I think one way that you can mitigate that is really hone in on something that you're really good at, whether, it's thrifting or storage units, and kind of do that for a while. But the one thing that we're always up against is time. And, spending time with your family, business, that balance, or the balance between platforms. Like, You know, you may be married to eBay, but maybe you want to take out Poshmark on a date, right? But then but then you don't have enough time for, you know, your Poshmark, and Poshmark then, you know, decides to date somebody else. And that's kind of the idea here is, you know, kind of do what's working best for you. But in the same sense, you've got to overcome these obstacles. You can't just let them lie. Just like you can't lie, you know, anything that's negative in your life or anything that's holding you down, you've got to address it. I found that the worst things that's happened to me in my life, whether it's reselling or non-reselling related, was when bad stuff would come up and I would ignore it. You can't ignore bad stuff. And that's the same thing with obstacles. Obstacles aren't necessarily bad, but they're what they are. They're an obstacle in your way, and you've got to overcome that. So got to face that head on. That's all I can say is embrace like going after the stuff that's hurting you and somehow fix that, because the good stuff's already happening. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like today, I did my first major toy show in almost 10 years since the disability and being able to do this again. And it was a battle the first couple hours, but to get back out and see all the resellers and everybody that I used to remember, still remembering me, being there and buying stuff and just interacting with people. And that's the way I've always been brought up, is always to interact. I love doing eBay. I love doing Facebook Marketplace, but I want to be face-to-face. I want to see a dad pay for a toy or pay for a video game that his son is standing there enjoying it. And that's the thing that I like.
Mm.
part of it's health for me. Like that was a big obstacle, and it's obstacle. Like I was on the keto diet for like a month and a half, and dude, I felt like Superman. I even had a Superman shirt on, I think, at one time. And I just felt so good. And then lately I've fallen back to, you know, the fast and the easy, and I feel like really lethargic, and my body is not necessarily where it was. And it's really weird to me, like how fast that can change. Like I felt so good for a while, and then all of a sudden you crap for a week, and so you're planning out your funeral and looking at coffins, right? And that's kind of the idea here. Is, for me, I was just like really eating healthy, and now I'm not. And you notice it in my storage unit videos. You know, I look like 80 years old out there holding up a lamp, and you look, you know, a month and a half ago, I was holding up 2 boxes with both hands. So I think health is a big issue, and you do got to, like, if you address that as an obstacle, that was an obstacle for me, and it still is. Like, you know, if you look here, I'm fighting, right? This is like Mountain Dew over here, but then you've got good angel, bad angel, right? But you can see the bad angel's winning because there's very, very, very little Mountain Dew.
I know what you mean. This is going to be the death of me right here. The Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo's amazing though.
Oh, dude.
It is good.
Now wait. Are you gonna get your casket at liquidation?
I may have to. The other day, I was like, "Am I having a panic attack? Like, what is going on?" I felt like a weird, like heart thing. Like I don't know what it was. So now I'm like, "Oh shit, I better get into a doctor." But then you know how you guys are. I don't care who you are, right?
You never go to the doctor.
I want to go to the doctor, but I'm going to make sure I'm fit before I go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to eat healthy before I go to the doctor. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, it's funny. You feel bad, and then all of a sudden you go buy a bunch of these, and you're like, I'm going to take all of these, and then I'm going to the doctor.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where I'm at.
And I'm the same way. Like I need to definitely lose some weight. Like I have the knowledge to get into the gym and lose the weight. I just am lazy about working out. And like even before reselling, I was actually a fitness trainer for about a year, just part-time. And not a lot of people know that. But yeah, so I kind of need to get in and lose some weight and kind of get on an eating plan, but I have not done that yet.
I've seen pictures of back in the day, the Strong and the Beautiful Rise and Grind. I don't know if you can pull up one of those pictures, but people will not believe what a stud this guy was. Seriously, Poshmark and eBay and Amazon would want to date him at the same time. Now he's going up against that obstacle, right? Good title.
That's a big one for me though too, because it's like, okay, in my free time, do I want to go to the gym in my minimal free time? Right. Or do I want to spend time with my husband or my family doing something? And I agree. Health is a huge thing. That's actually one of my obstacles that I was going to talk about next. So it's funny you said that. But just making sure that I get enough exercise and I'm eating healthy enough instead of pushing that aside to get more listings up. Because if anyone has the choice of eating healthy or money in front of them, they're going to choose money.
All right, here it is. So I was 18 and this was before, so I was doing a lot of bodybuilding and this was before the bodybuilding. And I graduated as a senior in high school, benching 370, weighing about 240 and running about a 6-second 40-yard dash. And so till I was about 25, I was really big into bodybuilding. So I got about double this size. But that is me right there.
Wow.
I see you.
Yeah. And, my shoulders were big. Like, I was a big dude and I was really, really healthy and really fit. And I did that for so many years. I didn't eat sugar. I didn't drink one pop. I didn't eat any junk food for 5 years.
Wow.
Not one pop. Like, not any Hostess cakes.
Oh,
and
no. I can't live like that. I can't.
And I was like super clean eating. And then I just fell off the bandwagon one day and didn't want to go to the gym anymore. And I started eating bad. And I hadn't had like junk food in so long. I gained like 50 pounds in a month or a month and a half, 2 months. It was like 50 pounds over what I was.
All right, who ate the biscuit?
I think I'm fortunate enough. I can actually still, like, this shirt is actually so old. Like, I don't know, you can't see it really, but it's like got rips and tears in it right here because I wore this shirt back in high school. So I'm fortunate enough. I'm still wearing clothes I wore in high school. So
that's awesome. I'm definitely not.
What?
I am definitely not.
No.
Like a size
No
2
way.
in high school. I think I'm like a size 12 now. I've got a long way to go.
I got a long way to go as well.
If anybody wants Jason's autograph at eBay Open, let him know. I mean, maybe
my
what he'll do is
God.
give him like a piece of his shirt or something, and then he can.
Oh yeah,
There you go. There you go.
it's like those baseball cards, but instead of like
Yeah, little swatch of the jersey.
there'll be a little swatch of his like green boxers he has on. He told everybody he had on the show.
No, Steve's gonna want those.
I think I'm gonna have Wade give me a piggyback everywhere throughout Las Vegas.
It comes with the high school. Roma too, which is nice.
Bearded picker in the house.
I'll wear my shell necklace and frost my hair.
Oh, you had to. You had to.
And
Scott, what's up, man?
Man, this is the craziest ass hotel ever. So I use Hotwire, right? I use it all the time, and I picked Sunday night is like the cheapest hotel night ever. And this is a 3.5 or a 4-star hotel in Highland Park, New Jersey. I'm like, it was like $69. I'm like, okay, I'm game. I'm on the 8th floor. I have my own suite. I have a full living room. You can see this living room. There's a couch.
Oh, nice.
damn.
Crazy.
I've got 2 bathrooms, so I might have to take turns using the bathrooms. They have freaking heated seats on them.
What?
Oh man,
I never
Scott's
thought
like
I was
living.
with a heated seat.
Scott's living the dream, but that place is gonna turn into Joe's apartment after midnight.
Oh yeah. I feel like it, like Scott's in the scene from Dumb and Dumber when like they're in the hotel and then they're like laying in the bed and they're all crying with money and like throwing it and watching sad shows. That's gonna be Scott.
Yeah, so I've got this whole corner of the hotel, so there's windows all the way around. I mean, I'm on. So you're on the 8th floor. This is pretty cool.
How many stores did you hit today, Scott?
43.
Oof.
Yeah, he called me at noon. He's like, I've already been to like 27 stores. I'm like,
Dang.
Yeah, no, and the scariest part of it all was freaking Camden, New Jersey. Holy crap! What a ghetto.
Mhm.
bad area.
Oh yeah. Yeah, real bad area down there.
Mm. I've never been to New Jersey. I need to start going some other places. Like I just need to take a weekend. and leave on a Friday and like go to another state and source for a weekend.
Well, that's what I was telling Scott about the Columbus flea market that you were right near. You weren't that far away from there, so it's a great place to reach a source.
But now in the last 3 days, I've been to 113 stores.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's insane. That's
But,
insane.
you know, it sounds insane, but it's definitely possible because when you're on the road like that, and I know like a lot of the stores Scott's hitting are like close together, you don't even know like how many stores you've been to until you look down and realize, oh, this is like the 7th Walmart in 100 miles. What the heck?
Damn, he would have been two of them in Rhode Island. Jeez.
Yes, I think I'm going to New York tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
Very
So what part of New York, Scott? Just all over, or like?
I'll probably take the Maranzano or however they say that bridge into Brooklyn, and then out to the other end of Long Island.
I would not want to drive in that town.
Me neither. Pass.
I would be terrified. I'd be like white knuckling it the whole time.
You got out of state plates, so you can get away with whatever you want to.
And Scott's going to become the next crazy taxi cab driver.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what? Whoever was trolling, let me know and I'll give you my autograph. I've got a lot of these. I got a lot of Wade's Ventures shirts now, guys. So
Heck yeah.
all the trolls out there who want one, boom, free shipping, dude. I got you.
So the last, I'm struggling real bad on this trip. The last 2 tanks of gas, I made sure I was in New Jersey so I didn't have to pump my own gas.
So when you go back to Alabama, you're just gonna be spoiled, man. You're gonna be like, "What? No one pumps your gas? What the heck?"
And when I pulled into the gas station, the little thing said, "Please refuel." It had already counted down to 1 to 0. It was already past 0. I'm like, man, I'm waiting until I get to New Jersey. And then I didn't want to stop in Trenton because Trenton was a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you hit Hackensack?
I don't know.
That's a bad one. You didn't want to. You have to literally. It's right off the Garden State Parkway. It's bad.
Yeah, I was only on that for like 2 miles from US 1 to here.
Okay.
That's crazy. So is traffic bad so far, or is it like moderate?
No, it's not bad. The one thing that I would caution everyone is if you're going to travel on source like I do, you're on your own schedule. So you have the ability to miss the heavy stuff. So like tomorrow, rush hour, I'm not even gonna leave the hotel till 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Let everybody get to do whatever they're doing, and then hey, the beard will wander out and do whatever.
You know, Scott, you know what you should do that I think would help a lot of people possibly is kind of like those police ride-alongs, you know, where you can ride along with the policeman. Well, basically, somebody that has like maybe 4 or 5 days span can ride along with you and just see how you do things, man. Kind of like in the flesh, you know, thrifting / right? Wouldn't that be big? That'd be huge.
That's what Alex told Scott last week. He's like, I just want to ride around. I'll drive for you for free.
Yeah, who would want to do that in chat? Of course, they would have to drive to you and, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I drive like I fit in up here, so you might be scared. I was going down US 1. I was behind somebody. I'm like, and the fast lane was flying. I'm like, man, to hell with this.
Oh my god!
Driving like a bat out of hell.
I looked at some point today. I looked down. I was in a 30. I was going like 65 and a 30. I'm like, good
what?
God almighty. I'm like, why is
I
this?
do that all the time. What's wrong with that?
I'm like, why is this 4-lane a 30?
They don't use blinkers in New York either or New Jersey.
They just merged, right?
Yeah.
Scott, you need to get just put a blow up doll in your passenger seat and take the
Carpool
take
lane.
the fast lane.
The carpool lane.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need any more excuses to cheat because I do struggle with. I pull into these stores and I'm like, my ankle, or I've got an ankle that hurts a lot. I'm like, I could whip out Johnny's freaking handicap card and just park right there. The first thing she told me, she's like, "If I go somewhere, did you get the handicap car out of that van?" I'm like, "No." It's still with me.
That's hilarious.
But then I remember, wait a minute, I brought CBD oil with me.
Heck yeah, you did.
Yeah, so I'm in outside of a store, and my brother's yelling at me. He's like, "Are you going in the store? Where do you go? Are you scared?" I'm like, "Man, you know I ain't scared. I'm trying to take the CBD oil, you idiot."
Are you scared? Yeah, he's probably crushing it too, man. I can only imagine how much stuff he has too, your brother.
He just got home. He had 4 boxes full of crap.
Jeez.
I'm currently at 7 large and 1 medium.
You're gonna have to ship soon.
Now it'll hold 14 large and like 4 medium with it, so I'm good. But that's a lot of it. I used to struggle a lot with process, but after 4.5 years on the road, you really refine, you really learn. The one thing I would tell you is you guys talk about problems and overcoming obstacles is you can't be scared to try stuff.
Right.
There was nobody doing this that I could even talk to when I decided let's spend every other week sourcing on the road in 2014. Nobody else was doing that I knew of. And so, having to figure out, which printer do I need that'll print both labels? What's important? If you use 3-inch tape, you can't buy it on the road, so never run out of 3-inch tape. And the labels. If you run out of labels for your dymo, it's extremely expensive to get them from Office Depot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because you can buy 6 rolls for $25, or you can go buy 1 for $25. So there's lots of, I switch boxes. I used to use Home Depot, now I use Lowe's because they stack better. They don't hurt stuff as bad.
Gotta check it tomorrow morning.
I found a hand truck that holds up flat, so it goes with me on every trip. There's just lots of things that you can't be scared. Whatever the obstacle is, work through it. That's what I tell you. There's a solution out there somewhere. You just gotta. So what if you tried and it's wrong? Now if you get the van in the back has 2 little holes. I don't know what parents are supposed to put in there for kids for a minivan, but one side's full of tape and the other side's full of labels.
Perfect.
So I don't run out of either one of those. So I thought I'd left. The one thing I would tell you to do is before you decided you left something at home, unpack everything you brought. Because I wasted time at a Best Buy for this cable to run this MacBook, and last night I started dumping out the bag, my book bag, and the little thing that I thought I left at home comes falling out. I'm like,
Oh,
I knew I grabbed that thing, but just fear is your enemy in this game. It'll really allow you to. The obstacles be huge. It's a lot of fun when you're out here. I've been in 38 or 39 states doing this craziness. New York and New Jersey, I've done them already, so they don't count. They won't add to the total. I have to get to Maine to add to the Maine. Yeah, Maine and Rhode Island.
Very cool.
You get to Rhode Island in 10 minutes, Scott. It's nothing. It's not much here.
Yeah, somebody said there's 2 Goodwills in Rhode Island. Is that right?
There's no Goodwills in Rhode Island. None. No, we have one in Attleboro, Massachusetts, and one in Connecticut. Nothing in Rhode Island.
wow.
Because I was watching someone, the Crazy Lamp Lady. I thought she said there was 2.
No. I would know exactly where they were, and we have none. We have like 20 Salvation Armies, but that's in Savers, but no Goodwills. Our nearest bin's an hour and 45 minutes away, almost near Thrift mines.
But you got no excuses if you can't find your way around. With technology today, you just punch in ask it to tell you what all the stores are, or punch an address, and it'll step by step take you to wherever.
Well, and talking about obstacles, you brought that up, Scott, about like tools you use and stuff. The thing is, a lot of obstacles are, especially with Amazon, people are saying, "Oh, I can't find stuff to sell. I can't whatever." And like you said, you have to use, you have to just get out there and go to stores.
Okay, this is going to be game changing and make you think something different. Everyone in the audience, whoever watches this, sometimes in that kind of situation, you are the freaking obstacle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
And you have to learn to accept that, because I had somebody today message me saying, "Can you tell me how to get ungated and all these toys? I can't find anything. Everything." I'm like, first of all, you haven't scanned anything, because there's thousands and thousands of items that you're not restricted under, but you're only trying toys and that's it, nothing else. Books, sports, kitchen, grocery. I mean, there's just so much out there, and sometimes you are the obstacle, and we don't want to admit that, but
Oh yeah, that's one of my biggest issues is procrastination, and
amen.
the only thing the only thing that can change that is me. I have to change my mindset. I have to change the way I get up in the morning and what I plan on doing that day, and in the order that I plan on doing it. That's the only way it's going to get done. That's the only way it's going to change is if I change it.
Absolutely.
A lot of this is because you're now running your own business. You're your own boss. You're in charge of everything. The pressure and stress, you have to learn to handle those kind of things. Those are, I would say those are some of the bigger obstacles for a lot of people. Is, I tried to think of stuff while I was listening to y'all coming in that aren't normally what people think of, because there's a lot of stress that comes with, being the one that is responsible for everything. Not everybody is built to handle the weight of responsibility of everything being on their shoulders.
Absolutely. And I think we should have everybody smash that like button too. We have 109 people watching and only 25 likes. Come on, smash the like button.
Thanks. You're so nice.
I need to message Krillin. That would be a great video of BP and Krillin.
Oh,
The battle of the accents. That'd be awesome.
You could get a white beater shirt too and wear it, and you guys could match.
Oh yeah.
We could have a contest to see who has the best side boob.
Oh
I hope
man.
that went on your new computer, Shane. That'd be awesome.
No,
Where is this conversation
that out
going?
everywhere? All over me on that one. Whew, that was rough.
We do only have 20 minutes left. Has everyone shared an obstacle that they have or that they want to talk about? Because unfortunately tonight I do have to cut it off at 8 p.m. So that's chat friends too. If you want to talk to us about anything, throw it in the chat right now.
I want to know why Shane decided to shave off that pretty beard of his.
Dude,
Why?
I don't know. I just so Scott's just shaking his head. He's like,
He's just getting tired of everybody calling him the glutton fisherman.
no, I like a beard that's longer, but when it gets to a certain point, it starts to bother me, and I don't know what it is. I've always been like kind of clean shaving, but I've always had like a small beard, and so it just started bothering me today, and I just shaved it off, and then I immediately pretty much regretted that decision, and I'm like, well, crap, now I gotta do it.
See, now you must have missed the part that I'm in New Jersey. I'm going to New York tomorrow, so I know Krilla's not leaving the state of New York. I will go into New York.
He said he's only left New York like what, twice or something like that.
Yeah, he's got family over here in Pennsylvania, so he goes over and comes back. It's actually easier. I was looking at the map. It's easier to get home from here than it is from Philadelphia, because Interstate 78 will jump to, looks like, the 81 and go around DC, where I don't have to go through DC from up here.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
you don't want to do that.
Well, I went to DC at, I don't know, Shane, you were still up, so it must have been 2 o'clock in the morning the other night.
Yeah, we were on a private hangout chat, and I think it was like 2 a.m. and you were just going through DC or whatever.
It was just me and like 10 cops that kept running the radar at me.
Yeah. And it wasn't that the one you're like, oh, this fuzzbuster it's illegal in Washington, and it kept going off, and the lights kept going on.
No, that was right outside of it in Virginia. It was illegal. He come up right behind me too, and I'm reaching for it to turn the lights off of it. So that's another obstacle. Always have your back window tinted limo tent.
Yeah. Yes.
Life tips.
It keeps people from seeing in if you've got inventory in it, and then it keeps other people from seeing your radar detector.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If I don't like the short beard though, it always grows back super fast. So I'll have a full beard in like another week.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Yo, hey, Krillin's in the chat. Hey, Krillin, I'm coming to New York tomorrow.
Who wants me out of NY?
I don't know. I'm growing this thing back. Everybody wants it back. It's growing back.
I'm gonna get a wife beater and do a show from Krillin's basement. Store basement.
That's awesome. You could actually sit there and you could do a video of you helping him measure clothes while he lists them, and you could just be wearing the same exact things. It would be awesome.
Where am I at? What park am I in? Where's Brent from? Oh, Highland Park.
Nice. But yeah, I think that
right now.
Yeah.
Highland Park, New Jersey. That's Krillin's formal wear. Now his formal wear is he has a beater and it has like a tie that's Sharpied on it. Colored in with Sharpie.
And I'll give you another obstacle. Cool. I started this trip out looking for one item, and I've hardly found any of it. And I've got 7 boxes full of stuff. That is the one. A lot of people don't see opportunity around them. It's absolutely. If I would have just kept looking for the one item and not slow down and realize there's plenty of stuff in these stores, and this is one of my best trips in 2 years, and it's already after just 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
One thing too, guys, is you got to be patient. Like some of the worst decisions I made was stuff that I made really quick, or stuff that typically would take longer, whether it be you're saving funds to buy a big bulk buy or whatever the case may be. So some obstacles that you may have, it actually may take time. And you'll get better results if you're more patient overcoming it. It's not, some of the stuff is just not like a yes and no or a right or wrong or left or right. So just keep that in mind. It may take time to do something, whether it be, for me, I had a bunch of stuff in my garage and then it started overflowing into my house. And then all of a sudden you're sleeping with your inventory, right? And I think a way to, that's a huge obstacle. And one way to overcome that is to either get another space, another storage area, maybe a warehouse like I did. And so that's something that I couldn't or didn't want to do right away because of the funds of just rushing into something like that. So I just continue to sleep with inventory until I can overcome that obstacle, taking time. And Lauren's still over there. Anyways, some obstacles do take time. Just realize that, patience is key in a lot of areas in reselling.
Yes, it is. And I'm laughing so hard because that's my house right now. I've taken over our garage. I have my office, and literally this is our breakfast nook that I've turned into a reselling area. And right now in my living room, my husband's at our cabin. He's not here right now. I have tons of inventory all over because he's not home, so he can't yell at me about it.
Guys,
I don't have the same issue at all, guys.
Yeah.
Look. See,
Jason still has the high school shirt on, guys. So I imagine how much stuff he has.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, let me know in chat.
Jelly. You're just jelly.
Let me know. Well, it used to be Scott has the best beard. He still does. But then Shane had the best beard. Now he looks like, I don't recognize Shane right now.
That sports announcer that's on TV. That's what he looks like right now with the headphones on ESPN.
Yes. But get this, I know why Shane did it. It wasn't for the looks. It's because he's faster now going through the aisles scanning.
That's true.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, did it for aerodynamics.
I mean, it really results in like aerodynamics. I mean, you have to have the perfect windage to like fly through Walmart. So it's like,
are you guys? I want to know in chat though. We haven't done a poll yet, and it's getting close. So my one and only poll is this: are you sleeping with your inventory? Yes or no? And that's an obstacle, guys, because for me, it was like, I need to get my freaking house back. So when I go home, that was the biggest thing for me was Headspace. I know it sounds crazy, but the allure of working from home is fantastic, especially if you've got land and a big shop and stuff like that. But if you only have a garage and you outgrow that and it goes into your house, if you want a time to chill with your family and you're seeing a bunch of inventory to the left and right of you that you need to process or list or something, it does something with your minds. Like, I feel like now that my house is clean and I go there and I don't see a bunch of inventory everywhere, like it just makes me healthier, you know, and it also makes me not want to like give up or, you know, those days that you just feel like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. So that's an obstacle that takes time to overcome, whatever the case may be. I don't think Jason will ever do it. I mean, he still has the same shirt since high school, guys, and he's 33 years old. So, I mean, there's some cases that are just unfortunately never, ever going to fix themselves. But
oh, wow. Okay. Well, no, I mean, Wade, you do have a good point. I mean, the thing is like about once a week, I come back here and I like reorganize things that are all over the floor and like kind of, you know, reorganize my desk, get all the junk off my desk and kind of just tidy up, because that really does help me kind of start focusing on work. Because when I come to my desk and it's just cluttered with stuff, like I can't focus, I can't get things done. That's something I personally have found out about myself. So I take some time at least once a week and just kind of declutter my desk, pick up all the trash from shipping and stuff like that, and you know, clean up. So
I want to give a second to call out a comment a little earlier by Nietzsche's Picks. So the obstacle is time for him and funds. We are dealing with my 12-year-old son. Recently had medical issues. He had a brain tumor removed in April, and I am the caretaker while he learns to do everything again. So that guy in the chat, definitely an awesome guy. He actually lives in the same town I live in. And so eventually we're going to meet up and have coffee here one weekend, go grab a cup of coffee or something. But I live in a town of 2,000 people, and he found me on YouTube, and he actually lives down, you know, probably down the street from me. I don't know. There's not very many people that live here, but definitely a good guy. And I think like the obstacle, like that's his obstacle, is time and funds. But then reselling is kind of making that, you know, dream into a reality, because he can stay home with his son and take care of him. And that's super important.
Yeah, don't undervalue how important that is, because I don't know what I would have done when Johnny started dealing with her cancer. He knows I'm on the freaking. That's my brother. He knows I'm on the internet. But the freedom and just the personal availability I was able to have is just, it's freaking amazing. I was talking about that with one of the patrons tonight. It's just you can't put a value on the time that you can spend when you need it, and that's one of the things I love about reselling. Yeah, the freedom that you can just, this is the way I'm going to do it, and I'll shuffle everything to meet my needs versus a traditional job where you're doing everything to meet their needs.
Right.
One last thing, guys. You know, when I was part-time, you know, going into transition into full-time, I made a bunch of videos before, and I think I said this before. I don't know if it was on this show or whatever, but you know, it was really cool to like do videos back when I had a job on YouTube, whether they're public or private, and then do videos now. And sometimes when you have bad days, or even when you have good days as a full-time reseller, it's kind of cool to go back and watch some of those old videos. So if you have part-timers out there that want to go full-time, there's that obstacle of funds or whatever the case may be, create some videos, because when you do go full-time, I promise you, you're going to have days that you feel like, you know, running under that obstacle or the rock, right? Or whatever the case may be. And you kind of reminisce on what it was like back when you had a boss, you know, and a break and a lunch and a clock in time and whatever the case may be. So don't put that off. I think even if you made it private and you didn't want to make it public, just to see kind of your body tone and the way you acted back when you had, you know, that restriction on freedom. It's crazy to me. And sometimes I go back and watch this old videos just to see like the old Wade. Be like, God, man, he was miserable. And now look at him, right? I mean, holy cow. That was an obstacle that I could have went full time a year prior, but I decided to save funds, get my bills in check, so that way when I went full time, it puts me in the best position to win, because I don't want to go back to that crap, right? And I think that is something that you definitely, you know, patience, but more importantly, just take that time and like create that video so you can go back and visually see what you were and who you were back before then.
I think one of the biggest means of really tackling obstacles and reselling is create small goals, small daily goals that you can meet, and you know, make it something that you know for a fact you can do. And what are you doing, Wade?
What are you doing?
But I mean, just and possibly even exceed those small goals, and then make weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and just work towards them. And instead of making a list, a checklist of things that you need to do, make a checklist of things that you got done that day. So you're not really, you know, checking off, you know, oh, well, you're not looking at a list at the end of the day of all the things you didn't get done. You're looking at a list of things that you did get done. So.
And check that list twice, or you're going to be on the naughty list like Santa.
Wade is ruffling my feathers tonight.
I actually think that's the best tip all night, is what Jason just said. I'm not
mic drop.
Yeah, but I already do that, and that's how I get so much volume out, is because I do that.
Lauren paid for a cabin doing that, you know what I mean? So, you know, that was her goal. And Lauren, do you have any other like goals to, you know, like for, you know, paying for anything like a boat, or like trying to, you know, try to sell up to a boat on eBay, or like you have any other goals besides that?
Thinking about a boat. And right now we've been gutting the inside of our cabin for the last year, and I've just been paying for portions of it in cash from what I've been making online.
And
so
think about how nice it's gonna look when you're done, you know.
And then the next step will be this house, because it needs a lot of work. So eBay can just keep me in cash flow to invest in my future for the rest of my life.
eBay and Poshmark, that, you know, it's that's good. Like when I started on eBay, like I paid for the down payment of my house for, you know, from eBay. Like, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
I just want to echo one last thing that Jason said. I think that's really, really smart of you, Jason, is like create a list, right? You said create a list. How many people in chat have created daily lists? Like, let's say you put 8 or 9 items on there, right? And at the end of the day, you cross off 5, but you still have 4. Typically, the ones that you did not cross off are the ones that you procrastinating and you did not want to do. And typically, you'll know exactly what your obstacles are from what you did not cross off. Because I got to tell you, I make lists all the time, and 3 or 4 items at the end of the day will not happen. And it's more than likely because I didn't want to do them. And I didn't want to do them because there was something there that prevented me from doing them, or they're, you know, procrastination, or they're just too big for me to do. Whatever the case may be, typically those are the obstacles that you want to overcome, the ones you do not cross off. But good point, Jason. I really like that.
Yeah, the list, when I'm into making a list, I do a little different way. I mean, instead of just putting a bunch of stuff on there, I try to put the most important stuff, the time limited stuff first. And so if there's stuff that are left, it's items that carry over. It's not necessarily that I didn't want to do them. It's something that either didn't have a time frame or could be pushed because something else, you know, in prioritization, it was not as high up the list as others are. And so it carries to the next day or the next week or whatever the list is.
Now, something that all of us might, you know, be able to benefit from is if we take if we take the things that we know we have to get done that day that we don't like the most and do those first, that way those things that we don't want to do are done, then the rest of the day is all things that we enjoy. So it's not like a drag through the entire day to till you get to that point where you're like, oh man, I don't want to do this, but it's got to get done, you know. So
Yes. Well, if everyone's good, I think this is a good ending point. We had some really good points at the very end of the show here. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we close off for the night? Oh, Scott.
I just want to express to the whole world how disappointed I am in Shane has shaved off his beard. It crushed me tonight, and he didn't tell me, and I just found out when I turned this off.
yeah.
Shane, you're gonna get less views on your YouTube channel because nobody's gonna be. Who is this?
Probably. I'm gonna grow it back out again because
it's gonna cause me to go down to the bar at the hotel right now and start drinking.
what happened was this: is I was gonna shave it off. I'm like, no, I'm not, and then I just went boop, and I'm like, crap, and so I had to. And as soon as I do that, I'm like, I regret this.
Shane, that's why you don't run around with trimmers, man. Don't run around the house with trimmers.
And
that's when Drew got back into the chat now. Like, hey, he came to life.
And flipping and thrifting, you're right. We should have a moment of silence for Shane's beer.
Hold on.
I think we should kick him out of the Three Amigos, Scott, because I just feel like
hey, he's just following your bad example. We should kick you out. You did it first.
Hey, you know what, though? You know what? My beard is going to be more fuller and darker than Wade's in a week.
Hey, I want you guys to timestamp this. You look at this beard. Okay?
Timestamp.
You look at this beard. No, it's okay. We love you regardless. I bet you watch a lot of Flash now because you're really quick between the aisles, right?
I know. Well, and I basically just started a new YouTube channel because no one's gonna know who I am. So it's like,
I like that. He wants us to timestamp and he has to move it so you can see it. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm gonna have to adjust the name, get the whole thing in the picture.
Let me zoom out.
This is horrible. Let's delete this out. That's one bad thing with live is you can't delete anything out.
Don't worry, it's on my channel. It's fine.
I'm putting Rogaine on this thing tonight. Rogaine's going on this thing.
Miracle growth.
I just want to say one thing. I want to thank everybody for having me on tonight for one. And one thing that I'm working on, definite obstacle, and me and Shane have talked about it, is keeping the negative out of your life. Don't worry about the negatives. Keep the positives, and you'll grow.
I actually bought a Hot Wheel today because I was looking for treasure hunts I'm never going to find. And I found the new for 2019, a 94 300ZX. Yes. I had a blue one, but I found the white one. I'm like, damn it, that's close enough.
I'll send you the blue one. They made a blue one.
Yeah, I figured it's in there, but it's probably hard to find because that was the hardest color to get in those years.
Yep.
Mine was dark blue.
Shane, if you you just quit shaving your face, you'd have more time to get more productive things done, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wasting time with that.
Wasting my time. Totally. And now it's all in the bottom of the trash can. And now I'm gonna have to get it out and glue it back on my face.
Little patches. Hey, you're still beautiful. You're still beautiful in our. But we are going to take a vote on the Three Amigo because I don't know. I feel like you got to have something. Even I shaved it.
I mean, see, I have something. It's little, but I think in like 3 days, mine's going to be longer than yours, though.
It is. All right, hit the like button, guys.
Yes, thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe if you are watching us later, and subscribe to everybody's channels. I have them all listed in the description of the video. We love you all. Thanks for joining us tonight. Goodbye, everybody.